What's up, everybody? Welcome in. And nice job, Mirig. GG's and nice comms. Very entertaining run. And, for those of you that are fans of Super Metroid, we're transitioning here to the NES, one of the crown jewels of the NES. And welcome, everybody. I'm Raz, and you're going to get to see, one of the premier talents of the NES community and the Ninja Gaiden community. Knucklebuster is going to be showing us Ninja Gaiden 1, Ninja Gaiden 2, and then we've got another runner showing us Ninja Gaiden 3. And it's been a really fun M.O.O.S.E event so far. I want to thank Dave, and I want to thank everybody for being here. And I think we're ready. As long as KB's ready, the timer starts on movement, and then the timer's going to end on all zeros after the demon kill. And I think you're going to get to see some variety here because Knucklebuster does know a number of the categories, so you may get to see something, within the game that you might not have seen before tonight. Yeah, so good luck, KB. Yeah, welcome in, Bumbledon. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, so as long as KB is ready, you should see him reset. And then the run will begin. Alright. Now, most Ninja Gaiden runners will use a global timer manipulation in which they'll reset the console, and then they'll mash through the cutscene at the beginning of the game. And as you can see, KB's starting off with the 100% category, in which he'll be collecting all of the items. And in the 100% category, you are able to collect the items, and if you miss an item, you can reset the screen by taking a death. Now, here in Stage 1, the only way to take a death would be to lose all of your HP. There are no pits here in Stage 1, so as you can see, KB climbing back up and getting that container that he missed. So, the first couple of stages here, we will be seeing all of the item containers being picked up. Okay, and in the 100% category, you can use what's known as the Swag Star, also known as the Windmill Shuriken, and then you finish off the Bartender, also known as the Barbarian, with a couple of slashes of the sword there. Yeah, KB is kind of a wizard when it comes to mixing the categories. All right, and a lot of this routing was developed by Bumbledon. Originally it was concepted by, I believe it was Jelly Dots, and then some of Jelly Dots' strats are still being used in the current 100% category, but Bumbledon did put considerable work in with Knucklebuster and a few other runners here to develop this new 100% route, which we're getting to see a little bit. So as you can see, KB picking up the spin slash there, which can be a useful item, especially if you can get the spin slash all the way to the final bosses. Because the spin slash does 1 damage per frame, and the bosses have 16 hit points, and so if you can move 16 frames through the boss with the spin slash engaged, it will instant kill the bosses, or what appears to be an instant kill. All right, KB showing off the Swag Star there, taking a little bit of a knockback from the gunner, but shouldn't be a big deal. And picking up the 10 Nimpo container at the top of that ladder there. And here you're going to see him pick up a health container, what is known as the Fire Shield, and then he's going to pick up a points container. And in the 100% category, you do have to pick up all of the points containers in addition to all of the Nimpo, both the 5 and 10 Nimpo, which you can see KB just picked up 5 points container and the spin slash, picking up the 10 Po. See, now if he misses, he's got to go back and get it. And he'll likely be using this Art of the Fire Wheel, as those hammer-throwing enemies are positioned pretty well above Ryu there. And kind of getting his way into the Stage 2 boss here, also known as Bomberhead, and showing off a very interesting kill here that was developed by Bumbledon, in which you throw a series of the Art of the Fire Wheel directly into the hitbox of the enemy, and then you boost to the backside of the enemy, completing the kill from the backside. And a pretty interesting discovery by one of the premier strat, the people who find the strats in the game. Bumbledon has found some of the most creative, so it's definitely interesting to see that kill being used in the event. All right, KB's going to take a little bit of a top route here and using the bullets. So we've switched to a low percent category here. You can see now he's no longer picking up the containers. So now you'll see he'll just be using the sword. So the low percent category, also known as sword only. And the rules of the sword only category are that you can pick up and carry sub-weapons with you and Nimpo. You're just not allowed to use them to kill any enemies or advance yourself in the game until you get to the stage bosses. And even then you still have to use just the sword. So, all right, showing off a double bird boost there. All right, not getting any bad cottage cheese swords here. Taking a safe version of the cliff in which you can hesitate. It's still a little bit tricky though, as long as you slash the bird. Alright, the sword only kill of Massacre does require some slash canceling in the air. So you'll see Knucklebuster will try to chase Massacre. The hitbox is in an interesting spot when it comes to Massacre. It's sort of in his, we'll call it in his hindquarters. So if you can kind of stay in his shadow, the low percent kill can be completed relatively quickly. Yeah, the low percent run does tend to be more of a swaggy run. It does have some interesting tight frame windows in it. Getting some bad RNG there, but KB dealing with it, you know, and also dealing with a little bit of a nasty bird there. Taking the low route, showing off cat boost here. And gets the bat boost, and that's consistent in most of the runs, so whether it's pacifist, any percent. It gets the bullet swag there, so Gustavo would be proud of that. Showing off some quick climbs there. Getting the boost at the top of the climb does actually save a little bit of time. Alright, into Act 4-2, which we all know has some of the best music of the franchise. Enjoy. ZK's favorite jam. From what I understand, it was the Slackinator song, it was the Shuri Bear song, it was the Retro Runner song, Charging Up the View. Alright, as we enter into 4-3, KB will use a clip there and then complete the screen using some quick climbs. Again, using the low percent category. This actually section of the game is not much slower using the low percent route than it is the any percent route, other than maybe a couple of cancels and boosts, in which you're going to see right here, you're going to take a boost from a cannon. But other than that, it's pretty much the same speed as the any percent route. All right, and then some different options here. KB choosing to take the boost, take the top route, gets the cannon, and now you're going to see he uses the swag star to get rid of the Nimpo for a slightly faster countdown, mashing the dogs and leaving only 1 HP left as the dog jumps off the pillar. So it's what would be considered a pretty solid mash and a pretty good kill on the doggos for low percent. Alright, as we enter into Act 5, we see a very aggressive hammer pattern there, but again, KB is switching categories. We're going pacifist here. So now in the pacifist category, you'll be seeing a lot of damage boosts and use of iframes, you know, reading the RNG and trying to take as much of the bad RNG out of the game as possible while still making your way through the sections and these difficult screens as quickly as possible. And for those that might not know, KB is the former pacifist world record holder for Ninja Gaiden 1. The pacifist world record was recently improved by a runner named Beta X Complainer. So congratulations, Beta, and you know, congratulations, KB, as well, for, you know, the contributions that, you know, himself and Edo have made to the category. It is a less popular category for the Ninja Gaiden 1 game, but it is still a fun and rewarding category if you don't mind being extremely, extremely frustrated. All right, so KB making his way through what I call the cliff section. And try to boost off the left side of the cannon here using a strat that was created by Vigo, and then Vigo the Carpathian, and then finishing it off with a strat that was known for a while, and the first person I saw use it was probably Edo. Ooh, taken some damage there from the birds, but KB does have all of his lives, so that shouldn't be too much of a setback there. And a lot of the pacifist category, especially in a marathon run, is a lot of improvisation. So, KB probably has 3 or 4 ways in which he can complete this screen. Actually showing off a pretty ideal way of completing that. Complete with a Janet boost. I like that strat because, you take an intentional damage on the up and over climb, use the iframes, and then you can make your way through the rest of the screen relatively quickly. All right, getting bad RNG here. He's going to back up and reset the RNG so he can get over the hammer-throwing enemy. And then he's going to take a damage boost from that same enemy so he can make his way through the shurikens, using a despawn to get through the next section. All right, here he's going to take a bat boost up top, also known as the Edo boost. There is a little bit of a debate in the community whether it is the Edo boost, the noise police boost, although I'm almost positive Gus Mancini discovered it in his original route, but I could be wrong. All right, Edo taking KB taking a variation of that bazooka screen. There are several routes through there, but that is one that KB did develop. And KB did create a bunch of pacifist strats for this category. And you are allowed to kill this beer full of belly ghost here, and the pacifist route will still be valid because it was determined by the mods that if you kill the beer full of belly ghost, that because it is a ghost, it does not count as a killed enemy. So the pacifist route is still valid. I'm going to have to get the mods and Bumbledon to confirm that. Yeah, nice appearance from B-Fob's Ghost there. Yeah, if you get a hammer to the face, pacifist category starts to seem less fun. maybe we should revisit that ghost rule. Yeah, I may have been mistaken. Yeah, that may not have been accurate. I may not have been fully accurate in that rule. Yeah. All right, KB showing a version of the Moth kill in which you do sneak behind Moth like a true ninja and get the kill, and showing off some KBC climbs after the kill. All right, finishing the game off with the pacifist category. We're going to be dodging some bullets here, dodging some birds, and now we're going to be using some damage boosts. Okay, taking the flame boost, boosting off the cannon. Nice job despawning the bird there. And actually riding the hammer there instead of taking the gremlin boost. A little bit of trouble here, but KB should be able to get out of it. And you want to enter in this door like KB did with only 1 health. As you can see, he's going to take an intentional death here, an intentional game over. This will refill, reuse health bar and lives. So now KB can try to set up a knife boost here. And he gets it. All right, going for a climb. Here he'll run into a shuriken, take a double jump, and then boost off a shuriken, a strat that was discovered by Black Squall. Ooh, and showing off a very tight frame window there to get onto the platform and then get up for a boost into the ladder section before he gets boosted into the pit. A variation of the jetpack boost from any percent. Showing off the acid drop there. Shoutouts to Acid Mushroom. Okay, climbing the pillar, taking the bird boost. It's a particularly problematic hammer throwing enemy there in 6-2B, especially for the pacifist category, and showing off a strat discovered by Vigo the Carpathian and perfected by both Knucklebuster and Edo, known as the Twist of Fate in the AVGN room, and taking a pickle boost to get up top, and then using the iframes to exit 6-2. All right, as we enter into 6-3, much like the any percent category, you want to take a boost, showing off the old Dexter route there. And then he takes an intentional death to refill his health to finish up the final 2 screens of 6-3. Now, there is a bird boost possible here. It was originally used by Gus Mancini. And KB opts to skip the boost, looking for the right hammer to catch. Ooh, and gets a very unlucky hammer. That is known as the God Hammer. Alright, so same boost there. Nice pattern from the bat. And it gets a nice climb off of the pole there. Yeah, so in that section, you do want to try to catch a hammer, but it can, based on RNG. So here I'll show off a pickle boost, getting up onto the platform, and then we share the platform using some iframes here. Now you have to wait for a hammer so you can boost through using the iframes. But again, much of the end of this run is very RNG dependent. And some active hammer throwing enemies there. And a potion jump for a final screen, low percent. And as long as you have 5 HP, you can just run through. Alright, getting up and mashing the clown nose. What is referred to as the clown nose. Spoiler alert, it is the nose of the demon that is controlling Ryu's father. Alright, KB uses a technique where he sticks high to the wall to get as many mashes into Jacchio's hitbox as possible. Ooh, and showing off a nice 2.5 cycle. Very, very good. Very good Jacchio fight. Alright, looking to finish it off with Jeshin here, also known as the demon. Ooh, takes an early shrimp. Other than that, should be a favorable shrimp pattern. Using the fade jumps, taking care of the demon with a hybrid 100%, low percent, pacifist run with a tail kiss, and a 15-23. Excellent job, KB. GG's. What a good showcase of a very, very difficult game. Beating a very hard game using 3 categories in less than 15 minutes and 30 seconds. And a wonderful showcase for our M.O.O.S.E event. And if you're not familiar with the other categories of Ninja Gaiden, I would recommend explore beyond the 90% category, because there are lots of different ways to play these NES games. The 90% category, while it is often the fastest way we know to complete these games, there are sometimes more interesting ways to complete the game. So thank you, KB, for showing off some of those other categories, because most that are familiar with the Ninja Gaiden 1 speedrun know the any percent spin/slash route. But if you've never seen the low percent route or the pacifist route, it's worth checking out. And there's a wonderful community surrounding the Ninja Gaiden speedruns. So if you ever have questions or you need help with strats, runners like Edo, runners like Knucklebuster, Bumbledon, they're always on Discord. It's a very, very active Discord. So anytime anybody has questions, you can always expect to find answers in the resource section. And, with the people who frequent, the streams that we all watch. So I want to thank Knucklebuster, I want to thank Dave, and I want to thank everybody for checking out the attempts. And coming up next is the sequel. Now, I contend that there really is no game beyond Ninja Gaiden 1, but apparently there are 2 additional games that you're going to get to see here today. So I'm going to pass the commentary over to Junkyard Dave, who's going to be taking us through Knucklebuster's run of Ninja Gaiden 2, the Dark Sword of Gimmick. The Dark Sword of Chaos. So thank you, and take it away, Dave.